Are You and I Tackle Hoarders Part 2? Welcome back to the channel, welcome back to the vlog. If you're new, my name is Steve Chapman. I have never done a video like this. I did a video at the end of June about do we have tackle hoarder syndrome? And quite honestly, it was just a fun video. But y'all's comments were without question the best. I've really never made a part 2 to a video, especially about comments. I've never made a video going over your comments. And I thought it might be fun just because some of the comments were absolutely exceptional. And I should say, I always appreciate when y'all comment. 99.8% of them are always good stuff. There are some that are just crap. It's all right. I usually appreciate the good ones and the bad ones, and I try to learn from what y'all say, and even if you have constructive criticism, try to take it, absorb it, and try to do better. Because this channel it's us. It's you too. You might just see this, unfortunately, but your comments and your opinions and your constructive criticism is something I treasure. And I try to reply to all comments. I should say, some guys, no offense, you have weird handles. Like, I love the guy Basshole. He has some of the best comments ever. What happens for some people, or some comments, is they get put into a held category. And then I have to go in, approve them. And I approve everything. There's very few that I trash. Literally, I don't trash anything when it comes down to it. Because I want you to have your opinion and be able to say what you want to say. But if they get put in held, and then I try to go to reply to them, they kind of vanish. So some guys, if you see that you don't get a reply from me, it's because YouTube is doing something crazy. It is not me. So I thought it might be fun to go over some of your comments. I'm going to use my phone. If I get your name wrong or the comment wrong, it's because I'm old. Reading them on my phone is still kind of a nightmare, but I'm going to pop them up on the screen too. Now, just a little recap. This was about if we have tackle hoarder syndromes. This is a true syndrome, I think. So the internet says. So most of us agree we have tackle hoarder syndrome. That's the truth. That's the craziest thing about this. But I thought your comments were amazing. So we're going to start off with Jean. And Jean said, my wife walked in when I was watching this video. She said, are you sure you should have clicked off this video when I walked in? I replied, I'm not nearly as bad as the other guys. I'm only a little sick. This one I loved. Next, Colin Gordon said, my entire walk-in closet has been made into a bait shop. Sure, I have a few clothes in the corner, but most of it's tackle. I'm running out of room, and now I need an entire storage shed or a garage. Chris said, absolutely 100% I am. It's organized and sorted into 3 sections: bass, crappie, and inshore shallow saltwater fishing. Scott said, my wife says I could open a tackle shop. She is, however, impressed with its organization. I can absolutely find what I'm looking for when it's needed. Herb said, organizing tackle, which has taken over my entire garage, is the current and ongoing bane of my existence. Without exaggeration, my garage would rival yours, I'm sure. At last count, I have 63 rods, many of which come from decades ago that were never discarded. My reels, of which I have 34, are for various uses. One very bad habit that many of us go into a few years back was the surge. Or is it called scrounge? A variety of monthly mystery boxes in which you get one usable lure and 8 others of dubious value. That beep adds up quick to multiple subscribers. Texas Huntsman said, I prefer the term collector. Thank you very much. AZ Angler said, yep, got my own Bass Pro store on my garage wall. Jesse Payne said, I'm guilty. I have Plano boxes that have no clue what's in them. Then I continue to bury. Caro said, maybe, laughing out loud. But I did I did good today. Met a young man at the dock with a brand new bait caster and no lure. Shared tips and some stuff to get him started. See, that's the kind of stuff I love. And I have been fortunate over the years to get a lot of tackle, like way too much tackle at times. So because of that, I'm able to donate it to high school teams, high school fishing kids, and to be honest, a lot of it goes to my son's swimming kids. El Royson said, I'm sorry, Steve. There is no such thing as too much tackle. The issue is too little storage spaces. Todd said, I felt like this was an intervention in my living room. I love that one. Chris said, I got 30 years of tackle still in original packaging. I definitely know that one. That one reigned a little bit true for me because I started looking at some stuff and I have boxes over here and I thought, holy crap, look at all the stuff I've got over here. But I'm gonna give it away. AVD Mustang said, guilty here. AF4 said, yes to all of the above. A few years ago, I discovered the NFLCC, and now my hoarding is even worse. Clint said, it's tough not to become a hoarder of baits. Like you said, when your favorite baits go on sale, you know you'll use them eventually, and you'll use them eventually. Carrie Cooper said, my den looks like a tackle shop. Lord, yes, the addiction is real. Robert said, I am right there with you 100%. I will join your support group with you. King Dwayne Lee said, guilty as charged, Steve. I'm officially a tackle hoarder, proudly sitting next to my knife and watch collection when I'm building some of the Survivalist starter packs. That was a long one. The funny thing is that at the end he had, repeat after me. I'm not just a tackle hoarder. I am a connoisseur of potential, a curator of future fish catching triumphs, an ambassador of fishing. Love that. Old School Fishing says, yes, I have to get to a certain extent. I have boxes of quality baits of all kinds that never get to the boat. Tim said, yep, I got a garage full of tackle. Enough people ask me if I'm running a shop out of my house. I had this happen recently. My son invited a bunch of people over to ride the bikes. And the one boy came in and said, as he got into the garage, he goes, oh my gosh, your dad has a problem. He has a whole bait store here. And I walked out and laughed. And then I did end up giving the kid a bunch of stuff. And years ago, this isn't a joke. Years ago, as kids walked through the neighborhood on Halloween, I would say to them, do you want fishing tackle or do you want candy? No joke. I had 4 or 5 kids, because their dad said they wanted the stuff, said that they wanted the tackle. So I loaded them up. I gave them candy too. G Charter said, I'm definitely a hoarder, and I use the same few baits most of the time. Hussman, one of the greatest comments there is, said, guilty on all accounts, Steve. Hello, Steve. It's not that I'm a hoarder. I'm just trying a new technique or bait that may fit my style of fishing. And you need more than one to really test it out. I agree. Derek Smith said, but Steve, I have a gift card. I can tell you, if my family could stop getting me gift cards, I would appreciate it, because I go in and it's a $50 gift card and then I end up coming out with $250. Booster said, yes, but I'm slowing down. 3JS Outdoors says, brother, we have a problem. Mine isn't very organized, but it's a problem. Famous Fishing, my boy from TikTok, said, us hoarders, in quotation marks, are going to look like tackle investors when the tackle prices go through the roof. Illuminathan said, I have a tackle addiction, but at least it's organized and looks great on my walls. I will always say, I could always have worse addictions. Very true. Bass and Bonsai, who has a great channel, said, clearly you're targeting my show. Freezeaholic said, he said, yes, I am. I have an affliction, and I don't mind having. I don't cheat, I don't drink, I don't smoke. My wife says I only have one vice, is buying fishing tackle. Mine too. Bass Dojo said, if my wife knew my addiction, I'd be divorced. John Martinez says, I definitely do. I'm only limited by my wallet and storage space. BK Bates said, no, anglers are not hoarding fishing lures. Alex said, there's no such thing as too much tackle. We all agree with you, Alex. One of my favorite ones of all time was from NTX Digger. I cleaned out everything in my boat that I don't use. Gained 17 miles per hour. I love this one. This one I shared with a bunch of people. Tennessee 2010 said, "It's only a problem if you admit it's a problem." And lastly, from Frank, he said, "Damn, I came on here for a positive. Damn, I come on here for a positive and I find out I have sociology problems. I'm a bait hoarder, but all the firearms are okay, right?" Now, long video. I really do appreciate everyone getting on here and commenting. I say it all the time that that really makes my day. It really does. I don't mind getting up in the morning, sitting down fairly early, getting myself a Coke Zero, and replying to comments. It's one of the things I enjoy the most right now. I mean, of course, it's my little boy first, but your comments bring me a lot of joy. So thank you, especially when I'm having just a really rough time with a lot of things. So thank you for it. I really do appreciate it. So keep commenting. And thank you. I'm not going to tell you to subscribe because if you commented and you're not a subscriber, shame on you. So maybe I am telling you to. Who knows? Remember, take a kid fishing, tight lines, cheers.